fuck. Dark Shore can lick my balls. Can lick my nuts.
May a loon walk with you, adventurer. The Temple of the Moon has come to help the troubled citizens of Oberdeen.
Dude. I'm finally ready to kill shit. Oh my god, this wand. Dude, I kill shit so fast. Like, what the fuck?
That's still recharging.
I gotta stop trying to run away from fucking broken classes, man.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. I'm out of range.
Dude, Fear is so broken. Look at that bitch. Dude, he's so fast. My god.
That's still recharging.
Fire wand. Oh wait, Howl of Terror.
It's too far away. That spell isn't ready yet.
Yeah, I need Howl of Terror to be alt Q. I don't know where I'm gonna put my grenades at. I'll have to figure that out. Not sure. I'm not sure.
I'm out of range. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. I need to be closer. That's still recharging.
Never going back. Never going back.
It's too far away. I can't pass that yet. I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can do that.
About to be 14. There's a vendor here. Saddon is great. So we're gonna skip we're gonna skip Wailing Caverns, because I don't think Wailing Caverns is worth doing.
I hope the Murloc did not give you much trouble in collecting this for us. I will be sure to get this on the next hippogriff to Darnassus. The Temple of the Moon has given you some funds to hand out for assistance. Please have some with our thanks. Your success here emboldens me to offer you a chance to aid the Temple of the Moon further, if you are interested.
Wait, don't I need to fucking turn in this bear? I don't want this fucking bear disappearing on me if I jump in the water, so I'm turning in this fucking bear.
I am honored.
Our work has only just begun, adventurer. Are you prepared for your next task? As I had feared, the cure does not work. It saddens me greatly to order the death of any of nature's beasts, but the sick and tainted thistle bears must be put down. Return to the forest and destroy 20 rabid thistle bears, adventurer. It will most certainly not put a stop to the plague, but it will slow down the damage the animals are doing to our forest and its inhabitants for a short time. This is
Fuck Dark Shore.
indeed, adventurer. With the fur bogs this close to Aberdeen, we will have to prepare ourselves for the inevitable. Thank you, adventurer. You've already proven adept at scouting our enemy, adventurer. You have what it takes to fight them as well. Not all adventurers prefer straightforward combat to the art of stealth and evasion. If you think you're up for the task, then the Furbog camp south of Aberdeen is currently the biggest threat to our people. You'll find some of the Blackwood tribe there. Kill 8 Pathfinders and 5 Windtalkers and return to me here.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. It's too far away. I can't pass that yet. I need to get closer. far away.
We're gonna ding.
I'm out of range.
This quest is kind of fucking troll.
That smell isn't ready yet.
Bro, give me... Give me what I fucking need, man. Thank you.
You've been a tremendous help here today. We now have a solid chance at unlocking the mystery of why these creatures choose to beach themselves on the coast of Darkshire. The idea that they might be fleeing the area around Teldrassil is disturbing. Should you come across others in your travels, please let me know. Our research here is but in its infancy. On behalf of the Temple of the Moon, please accept this as thanks for the effort you have given. Thank you, adventurer.
Boo doo 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 doo. There's 996 guild members. 116 online. Sheesh. And you want to do WC. Ooh. That's why I joined this guild. Alright, I might fucking do it.
Lad, if you're looking for the best deals you'll find outside of Ironforge itself, then you've come to the right place.
Well met, adventurer. Scouting the fur bog situation comes at a bush.
This fucking dumbass quest.
For some time we have dealt with not only forest dwellers who are now openly hostile to our presence, but also the outright corruption of the forest itself. Hopefully you might be able to lend Aubergine aid during these troubling times. The Cliffspring River has begun turning foul and corrupted. It empties into the Mist's Edge, and I fear the wash will affect Aubergine soon. I suspect the Blackwood fir bogs upriver are the cause of the taint, but I also suspect that they aren't the true root of it. Take this sampling tube and go to the mouth of the river to our north. Proceed inland to the first waterfall and draw a sample from the pool. You'll see a bridge over there. Once you have a sample, return to me, Aubergine.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Cool. Oh my, what a fucking hit!
That's still recharging. I can't pass that in.
Bro, that is a long fucking dive, man.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. It's too far away. I'm out of range.
So many warlocks now.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet.
Dun, 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 dun.
I need to get closer. I'm out of range.
What could I possibly owe the exceedingly special honor of a person such as yourself as company? Truly it says much of my current companions, no offense to my hosts, the noble Grells and Satyrs, that your presence could be considered an improvement, but please do not let my uncivil tongue drive you from the place. It has indeed been many years, decades even, since I had civil accompaniment.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that.
may have come into contact with it recently. Recently, I would reckon that by your time, not mine. Recent for me stretches into the veil of the past, almost another age.
I'm out of range. I can't pass that yet.
It is hard for me to believe that what I hold now is that which has held me for so long. Let us waste no time, adventurer. When the seal is destroyed, I might walk the forests of the earth freely again.
It's too far away. That spell isn't ready yet. I need to be closer. That's still recharging. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready yet. I'm out of range. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. It's too far away. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Boom, boom,
It's still recharging.
Although the coast of Darkshore is more dangerous than that of Teldrassil, many fishers find profit here.
Another discovery. Well done, adventurer. These remains will be properly studied once they get to Darnassus. Please accept this small honorarium in exchange for the remains you have provided for our study. So the crystal exists, adventurer? Fascinating. Anyway, your task has been well executed. Good work. What exactly is this crystal? This is but a single question in a sea of questions. Another question that comes to mind is why the Moonkin would be drawn to this object. Is the crystal benign in nature, or does it hold a more sinister purpose? I have many more questions, but we're going to need to examine that crystal closely to get some answers.
Dude, I know someone sells spices around here. Who? It's wasted a fucking... Alright, where you at, motherfucker? You?
Well, you've done us here in Oberdeen a great service, Dan. We'll make sure that their effects are properly taken care of. As for you, please have this.
Wait, come back, fire.
Do for someone with the bravery to set things right. Greetings, lad. If you're looking for the best deals you'll find outside of Ironforge itself, then you've come to the right place.
"16 years have passed since mortals first stood united against the might."
hearing stealth comps being used in Nomer is going to be the most dangerous thing we'll see all day.
Yeah, but Nomer was
Really?
born and bred to be stealth comp split, so that you're gonna see teams splitting up. I don't think you're the only team that's doing it today, Grays. I think there's gonna be a few teams making the split and going into Nomer, trying to figure it out. And I think Nomer's probably last on everyone's dungeon list, if in dungeon order, just due to the level of it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, unless we see CNX Circus doing dungeons in the wrong order again, it's becoming a bit of their trademark.
Yeah, over leveling.
Yeah. But Grays, I will say, you know, I think a lot of these teams are probably even considering stealth missions because, at least I'm pretty sure, you know, that stealth work that you guys did in Wailing Caverns was probably the biggest single play out of anything done in Circuit 1. You know, it got you guys first place in the Wailing Caverns clears. So absolutely insane performance there. Definitely clear why you would want to be replicating it.
Yeah, I don't know coming into the competition how much people consider doing that either. Like, we just put our team together with our mains and just kind of built a strategy around that.
I can't cast that yet.
It's really interesting. It's really interesting to see the potential what these come to do. All I gotta say is, this is the second circuit out of 5. I'm most excited about the next 3. Future circuits, yeah, the future circuits are gonna be unreal, bro. Like, my druid is barely coming online. It's much better at 32. I got ferocious by damage, so I mean, I can actually play my class now. But level 42 or 43 is our next circuit. Professions and just the abilities that each class is going to bring to the table. The next 3 circuits are going to be unreal, man. So I'm most excited really to like prepare for this upcoming one. It's a really good job done.
You just have to. Now the like next thing is to make it. Everybody to make it to the next circuit and have no issues.
Yeah, I'm. If there's anything that I learned, man, it's just I'm glad that I did all the best this circuit. I can't afford to die in the future circuits, and I think the other teams probably feel the same way.
Yeah, the fear.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was talking to Cargos and Winky the other day. You know, we had a lot of people doing some insane strats to get geared up for Circuit 1. You know, deaths weren't really a big deal. You're just getting back up to 22. I think we were seeing a lot of that tolerance for high risk at 32. But people realizing, like, wait, I just died at 32 after putting in over 100 hours on a character. I can't do this again. You know, we've seen... you know, a fair number of teams, I think 4 or 5 teams just drop out completely after these deaths. You know, a couple of teams coming in today 4 manning, which is definitely going to make for some interesting dungeon and clear strategies and times. You know, but I think that I've been saying that I think despite having a lot of deaths leading up to this, you know, dropping down from 44 registered teams to I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 25, 28 teams playing today. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a lot less deaths moving forward because players who survived Circuit 2 are going to realize just how high the stakes are now.
Yeah, so the biggest bottleneck in Circuit 2, or like the hardest quest to obtain, I think were Warriors with Whirlwind Axe.
I was just going to mention that. I'm glad you brought it up. We have
Hunters.
3, by the way, Whirlwind Axes at a minimum. I don't know about some of the other teams, but I can confirm that there are 3 Whirlwind Axes today.
Well, I can confirm that one of those 3 Whirlwind Axes isn't even playing because 2 teammates on somebody's team got a Whirlwind Axe, died, and weren't going again.
Oh
No
way.
way.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
That's me.
And this is
not even fair.
not only to farm it, to farm it by yourself at level 32.
I'm pretty sure Tactics is like the first in the world to, because no one ever solos it. Solo self-found, no auction house, no ring, no nothing. Like, getting Whirlwind Axe at 32 is unreal. Even the pre-quest killing the trolls and the tactics that they went to get that Whirlwind Axe.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Tactics himself will tell you, you know, the impressive part isn't killing the final elite mob, you know, to get your Whirlwind Axe. That's just a matter of thrown weapon kiting across the little river, you know, using the evade kite strat as if it was a fence. The impressive part is when you're in a Wrathy base or a Wrathy Highlands, needing to, you know, kite out a bunch of elementals, you know, that are 37.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
All red mobs. They've got ranged abilities. You know, they're doing a ton of damage to you, and you just have to figure out some way of kiting them, some way of, you know, getting an NG companion, an evade spot, or an LOS spot. Some really, really interesting tactics used to be able to accomplish that quest line.
Yeah, and I don't know if it matters if we leak the strat now. It's not like anyone's going to go do it before they have to race today.
Definitely not.
The engineering pets are how this was accomplished. They were kiting it and using the Harvest Reaper pet. What's the actual name of it? Compact Harvest Reaper?
Compact Harvest Reaper.
So you get into melee range and you get the Reaper onto the elemental, and then you start kiting, and you just let the Harvest Reaper do the work for you.
And you can see Tactics is even using a fishing pole to hit with auto attacks, and then when he's got high enough rage, he swaps over to his weapon and he uses Slam, which always hits, or always uses the maximum weapon skill, regardless of what your weapon skill actually is when it tries to hit. So you'll see him kill some of these Thundering Exiles, you know, ending with like a 200, 300 Slam, coming out of nowhere to finish this guy off.
All for this insanely OP weapon, where this is like the first circuit where we're gonna see some people with Whirlwind, actually like Whirlwind, Wind Fury Totem, and utilizing Whirlwind Axe and really strong melee compositions versus those Alliance that we saw winning the first circuit with more of like a mage composition, right? This is where we're like banking on the huge extra boosted damage that we're getting from this massive weapon, having it at an early level, and also getting those double hits, those triple hits.
I'm so I hate to cut you guys off, but I think we have urgent news. Hagel's Pro Shop, a Lutheran, I think they just died right now.
Whoa.
Right now, on the way?
On the way there.
If you have...
I don't... So, a Lutheran's not live, but I was watching Sasha, their POV, and I'm being told that someone just died, and I think it was a Lutheran. I'm trying to listen in on their comms to get the full story here.
I can't cast that yet.
Minutes before the circuit has to feel terrible, to be honest. That's like on the way to the dungeon. That's one thing that
he was outside the dungeon. He was outside the dungeon, and a mob just came out and smacked him, and he died. He just straight up died doing elite, waiting outside RFK.
No.
Did he go in? Did he go make a coffee or something?
I don't know.
No way.
Oh man. Okay, guys, can we get some F's in the chat for Pagel's Pro Shop? They're probably gonna have to call in their 6th player. I don't think a Lutheran can level back to 32 in less than 20
and we
minutes.
actually have a death clip from Hell Smash, their hunter from earlier this week. He was in Gadgets and heated out to the 9s. Hunter. Earlier this week, I said it to you, I think last night, but he's in Gadgets and messing with some macros, or I think doing some pet skills. And then all of a sudden, you just see him accidentally pop his mouse wheel up macro. His pet just goes and attacks a guard.
It's too far away.
You have it again.
That's fairly
Yeah.
Yeah. The deaths are terrifying for sure, and especially having a death on the way to the dungeon. That's the exact same thing that happened to Jerome, right? Was on your way to the dungeon, dying so that it's over. You've done all of the preparation.
I know. Corruption rank 2, drain life rank 1.
That are just spending insane amounts of time, obviously fishing, obviously getting Whirlwind Axe, making sure you don't die to these insane quests, and then just being outside, ready to start, waiting, and there you go. You're gone.
You absolutely hate to see it. That is worst case scenario for Pagel Pro Shop. I hope they can pull it together and get their run done today. I hope they had a 6th ready to go just in case.
Yeah, people
I think a Lutheran was their warrior, by the way, so there's a good chance they're going to do this dungeon today without a tank, or someone's going to be last minute, in the last 15 minutes here, they're going to go probably respec to some kind of hybrid tank. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to follow them. So I just sent you the Hell Smash clip.
What?
And fair warning, he made a bit of a fanfare out of it in a YouTube video.
Okay.
I know we get sweaty with these events, and I'm just excited to play today. I think it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, man.
Hopefully we stay live and do a good time.
Yeah.
Our comms.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Grace. I'm
thank
so
you, Grace, for
excited.
popping
Thank
on.
you so much for coming on.
Yeah, good luck with
Yeah,
everything.
and we are just over 15 minutes out from starting Circuit 2. But yeah, very excited. Let's take a look at Deathloop.
Deathloop in stars. Level 32 and 35%.
Yeah, it's just training pet abilities. Just hanging out.
Oh my god, what a great song.
That's still recharging.
For anyone watching, is there any lag, by the way, with the audio?
Shows that even when you're safe in town, something can go terribly wrong. I mean, this guy really did have just about all of his bits.
Mechanical Dragonling, Goblin Mortar. Oh.
Yeah, he really did have it all.
That's still recharging.
But I mean, what a good attitude to have about it and just put it to this track, you know. Should have already got his reputation.
Oh my god, the pain. The pain, the song.
Why are we playing in black and white?
It's part of the clip.
Welcome to the 50s.
The 50s would be playing on the radio.
God.
It's like
The despair, yeah, falling to this, dying is just so much pain. Oh. And everybody just
That would be a huge upgrade. Fuck, I kind of do want to do Wailing Caverns because of
prepared. Just with the screech.
Fells. Wait, what?
Can't even be mad, get wrecked.
Oh, these things never drop this shit.
Pop in real quick. Say I love you guys. It's gonna be a fun day.
Yo, love you cards. Is that Cargos, the creator of Hardcore?
Yo, what up, bro?
Yo, good luck today. I hope you
Is it true? Did somebody just die? Like right now?
Lutheran just
A
died.
Lutheran just died sitting outside of RFK.
No, it was a legit elite mob, walked up and hit him and he died.
Oh my god, how salty are you if you're his teammates though?
I'm talking to Shoal right now. I asked if they have a plan for the rest of the day. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, but I hope they can still run it.
Sasha says they're using their
Well,
six.
it would
Let's
seem
go.
that
Okay.
even though we
Six
know
players on
more
each
about
team.
this
Chat.
crystal,
I thought they only had
more
5. Bro.
unanswered
Okay, perfect. So they're
questions
fine.
are the
They just
result.
have- they just have
Six
another guy,
people.
so then-
I'll take the
Holy
information
shit,
you've
that's
uncovered
crazy.
to the
Was he
council
was he
here in
actually AFK?
Aberdeen.
That was the thing.
No, I don't know.
Perhaps
I
they'll
think it
know
was
a
just an
course
elite
of
mob ran
action
up and
to
hit him, and I
follow
don't know
on
the
this
full story. He
crystal.
wasn't streaming. Sadly, we don't get a
Well,
clip of
that
it.
is if there
Oh,
is
man,
one
that's
to be
unlucky.
taken.
All right, good luck today on
For
the gas
now,
deal.
the
Love you
threat
guys.
remains
good
far
luck.
enough to our east to be out of harm's
is
way. As for you,
so
please have
unfortunate.
this. Consider it a reward for a job well done, adventurer.
Stream to make sure that people can watch this back later. But the pains. Love Cargos.
No.
Shout out to Cargos, who's put in such insane amount of effort to make the hardcore thing, make hardcore even a thing, right? Making this entire community-driven event, like not even just the hardcore all-stars, but everything with hardcore, the hardcore add-on, and just kind of coming up with this. Really inspired kind of by the hardcore community has grown so massively.
Well, yeah, I mean, Cargos was just commenting like 3 months ago. The hardcore Discord was at, I think, 18,000. It's now sitting at over 40K.
40K
In 3 months. It's more than doubled. It's gotten over 20,000 new users taking a look at hardcore.
I'm not gonna lie right now, only. I'm pulling through the streams right now. I'm staring at Diamond Dax, the hardcore warrior of the team Snakes, on a body type 2 gnome warrior with a whirlwind axe on their back, bro.
I have never enjoyed watching Whirlwind Axe or just any VOD review. I've never enjoyed watching VOD review more than Dax's process of getting Whirlwind Axe on the little gnome needing to kite mobs to insane places to be able to do them, using a fence at the little farm, I think the Northfold farm in Arathi, North Arathi to do the cresting exiles, the water ones, and actually farming like 3 times as many as they needed, just so that they could manage doing the fire elementals, because they didn't have a place to kite those. Going and pulling the thundering exiles, the air elementals, down into the Arathi spot with the guards, and actually using like the cave that you used to enter Arathi basin to LOS a lot of the casts. It was some insane play. This guy had all of that gear, absolutely deserved. Very excited to see how they use it today.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I see Parla just jumped into the chat. I'm not sure. It looks like he's muted.
Yeah, so all of the captains are able to jump into our chat. We about 5 minutes before, or well, yeah, I've asked them to join about 5 minutes before, or at least before the event, so that we can let them know the countdown here. But here, I'm gonna let Parla speak a little bit. I wanna do a little impromptu.
Yeah.
Every day you get Parla in a Discord call.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
See what strategies we might be seeing from them today and see you next circus, and if they're confident enough to take this again like they did last time.
Parla, are you able to talk now?
Like he's muted still.
Oh.
I need to leave and rejoin.
Maybe he's got us muted.
He's like, I actually don't want. I'm busy, okay? He's running to the dungeon. He's trying to stay safe on his way there. He like, people are dying outside of RFK and falling left and right. We're gonna get it ready. Yeah, he's gonna probably need to leave and rejoin.
Yeah, we've got Parla over here. If you're a fan of Parla, or if you've been in Parla's chat ever in your life, go in there and redeem a one time, just one time for the one time.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it here. Guys, massive shout out to Parla, team captain of See You Next Circus. Parla, welcome.
Thanks. Are you guys ready?
Are you ready is a real question.
Have you seen my gear? Do I look ready?
I haven't seen your gear yet. Do you want to pop your character screen open?
We're looking at your stream right now. And this is coming off of not 1 but 2 pretty tragic deaths.
Yeah, that's on there.
Parla, I gotta say, I have loved seeing you go for the dagger builds. Can you explain to the people watching why Whirlwind Axe is not BIS, and why you elect for daggers?
Okay, Whirlwind Axe is BIS, but like when you have a mage on team, you need to prioritize like threat a lot. So that's why I go for the dual wield to build more threat. So you can probably watch the VODs from the first circus and like compare my threat with every other tank, and I should be like miles ahead, and not even that far back on damage. This raise is different though. Like,
is it just a question of being able to spread out your threat with faster attack speed, or is it also the aspect of building more rage because of extra attacks?
Building more rage from an extra attacks is a bonus, but the main thing is like getting initial threat. Yeah.
I see quite a bit of potions in your bag too.
This is like what I managed to get like the last few days. I think 31.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Jesus Christ.
This is like all my time until Sunday. At least on Sunday, I've been able to get this. I thought it was like in an hour, so I would have had more faps, but I'm like down to only have 2 faps. I haven't been able to fish and stuff, but that's like, don't die. It's
yeah. Again, don't die. You'll have to restart and lose everying.
But best weapons is like you get the offhand from the Scam or whatever, Scam, what is he called? Like in Arathi Highlands, there's like a 1.4 speed dagger, and then there's a basilisk blade.
I need to get closer.
And fast needles.
That's still recharging.
There's dual wield weapons, and then like you stack rage on some packs, and then whenever the mage is drinking, you pop the Whirlwind Axe with sweeping strike and full rage, and just cleave shit down. That's
you weren't able to get a Whirlwind Axe because of the death, right?
Yeah, no chance.
So you, right now, are the points leader. See You Next Circus is first place in the Hardcore All-Stars overall event. You guys blasted in Circuit 1. Are you guys looking to take first again today? I was talking to Calamity yesterday, and they said something along the lines that it's going to be harder to get first place due to your guys' comp. How do you feel? Are you super confident, or what's the thought process today?
I'm not confident on my gear shit.
That
We're
spell
gonna do
isn't
what we
ready
can
yet.
to like defend the lead, I guess. Like I don't think we maybe we can win some of the dungeons. Like we have some interesting tech, but I know that some people have even more interesting due to like specific trash requirements and like very favor towards stealth skips, right? And you saw in the first race, like in
It's
the
too far away.
do if that suits your comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So defending the lead is the priority here today. Basically, you're just gonna try and get through it, no deaths, and just have a solid circuit time in general.
Yeah. So like Kaga's team is definitely gonna go for like a stealth skip. They're gonna go clear Pamela with the real team.
That spell isn't ready yet.
That's what I expect from them, and we're looking to do the same, but like it doesn't fit with the trash. Have Ellen so can't do that this.
That's still recharging.
Yeah. Because they're all cancelled.
I can't pass that.
Do you think that this is going to be your hardest circuit then with your composition versus any of the other teams, especially with like the ideas for self skips in this specific circuit?
Yeah, for sure. Like, due to me not having the preparation done, like ideally I'd have like at least a couple of stacks of relation oil. I have 0. I have 2 fabs for this race, and I need 2 stacks, right? Like it's good.
Is your standard from the Duskwood
That spell
cost?
isn't ready yet.
From the Arceus sword?
Mob and Valley.
Yeah. Okay.
You do always do this at 28 on the war. It's just a good weapon.
Absolutely. Solid weapon.
And it looks like we are just 5 minutes out here. Under 5 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna start hearing all of our captains trickling in. I know Cargos was saying that he was worried there were no teams who were gonna show up, but I'm already seeing 20 teams in here.
Everyone getting ready, yeah. Everyone getting. A lot of teams did have wipes, so people have fallen, but even then, it looks like we still have a very solid amount of teams already and a lot of preparation. And as Parla was just saying, a lot if you die, you lose out on all that preparation, but you still have Ompi who has a ton of oil of immolations. Everyone trying to make sure they're as ready as possible for this circuit.
Absolutely. Yeah, but thank you, Parla, for giving some insights on your team's strategies today. Really appreciate it.
Hey guys, and if
Good
you
luck on the
yeah, good luck today. Good luck. Good luck. Thank you for coming. Guys, if you want to see the leaderboard, head over to hardcoreallstars.com. I will post this again, and I'll make a Nightbot command for it. And you can also use this website, hardcoreallstars.com, to head up to the events tab, and it will work kind of like your very own Netflix that will be able to pull up live views of different players from each team. You can just scroll through and choose someone that's live right now from every team, so it's amazing. Yeah.
And no ads, because our website doesn't load ads, so you'll just have a little 30-second loading screen while it waits for the ad to be done. You don't have to deal with State Farm trying to sell you insurance anymore.
Is that what the ad is right now on Twitch?
That's always what the ads are. It's always State Farm for some reason. But hey, with under 3 minutes left, I want to give a quick shout out and big thank you to our sponsors, HC Elite, for providing the prize pool for the World Tour. Big thank you to HC Elite, the NA Endgame Rating Guild, the same guild that all 3 of us were in when we downed Ragnaros on Season of Mastery. We've also got RXP coming in as a sponsor. Rested XP, the premier, the best in the world leveling guide. You can use code SARTH or code WIKI. And starting today, you can even use code, I believe, HCAS to get 5% off your next order of RXP. Made live for speedrunners for anyone and everyone. Even has a hardcore version that avoids death skips.
Yeah, also, fun fact about Hardcore Elite, they are going into kill Vale tomorrow in BWL, so we will be seeing Razorgore into Vale tomorrow on Hardcore Elite.
Yeah, you gotta love that progression.
Yeah, they're amazing at going through and actually clearing some of these dungeons that I think is always really exciting to see. like last week after the hardcore tournament, they actually did their first Razor War, and now going in and killing Vale, which is one of the fights where traditionally someone almost always dies if you don't get that hearth out in time.
Absolutely. Do you mind dragging Sasha? Do we have Sasha up here from Piggle Pro Shop, by the way? Yeah, we got Sasha. Okay, we're good. Just making sure we have all the team captains in the Discord. Also, shout outs to the chat. Put a 1 in chat if you can hear our voices and you're enjoying today. Today's a wonderful Saturday morning. It's 9 a.m. if you woke up on the West Coast today, which is the best coast in my opinion. We appreciate you for being here, hanging out. Big shout outs to the hardcore community. This is not something that everyone can participate in due to time restraints and stuff like that, but we appreciate you just being here, hanging out, having a great day with us. I've got my coffee, I've got my cold medicine, and I'm ready to watch some speed run pumpers go into these dungeons. Let's go.
Absolutely. And you know, I gotta say, I am so surprised at how spread out a lot of these teams are. I did not expect so many teams, as we saw on Parlor Stream, to be ready outside of RFK as their first dungeon. I imagine that that's most of the Alliance teams, if I'm going to venture a guess, just not wanting to commit to the travel time that this otherwise takes.
It looks like it.
That'll be really exciting because RFK, you know, is one of the more difficult dungeons in this entire circuit. Again, SM, Graveyard, Library, RFK, and Nomer. And it looks like we're ready to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. We're going to see our captains start exiting into their team channels. We're going to see teams off races.
Headed off. Again, guys, you have to actually start from the summoning stone, so from the meeting stone, actually a summoning stone in Classic, but starting off from the meeting stones and heading off to your dungeon of choice. More teams here, especially no CC, starting off with the Scarlet Monastery, most likely starting off in the Graveyard, which is going to be one of the easier dungeons here in the circuit, but it will give them potentially some good gear for the rogue, especially with the daggers it drops, as well as them getting some nice experience as they move on to the harder dungeons. And then for the Alliance teams moving directly into RFK.
Yeah, it's interesting the dynamic of where you end up starting based on your faction. It's routing for each individual faction is very, very different. This is the timer on the weak aura, by the way. The addition of the timer is amazing, by the way, for the Hardcore All-Stars weak aura.
Yeah, big shout out to Maui in the HCS Discord for building this weak aura for us.
Yes.
Came in absolutely clutch, and they're even working on synchronization between players for next circuit, so that unlike details, for example, where you lose data on on teammates that are too far away, our add-on or our weak aura will eventually be able to capture all that data regardless of where you are, which is just a fantastic evolution.
So you guys know I'm going to be locked on to Vidir Enjoyers during this run today. I am watching them. They are already 3 pulls ahead of See You Next Circus.
Yep. I mean,
they
it
are
is
flying.
Oh my god.
Vidir Enjoyers might as well be called Press W. They are just not stopping.
I think they win today. My prediction is that Vidir Enjoyers takes the entire win today. The entire dub is this team with no tank, just running in, dropping target dummies, and exploding enemies.
There it is. You can see it right now. Just dynamite and target dummy every pull, and always running forward. AoE with no heal, even like the priest using the Holy Nova, which builds no damage, so it's not intimidating, and just taking a ton of damage for a second, but only eating a little bit of damage early. And it looks like their rogue is going to be potentially trying to do a little bit of not
and if you go over to Zidane's channel, you actually see them just maybe 5 seconds behind this team. So we've actually got Slow, Super Lethal Outstanding Warriors, pretty much neck and neck with Vidir Enjoyers today. Really pumping hard. Took 4th place on Circuit 1. I think they're looking to take 1st on Circuit 2 here.
Yeah, they are actually right next to each other.
It's too far away.
A lot of these teams are right in the same spot here, to be honest. I'm pulling up a bunch of different teams. They're all just right about the same pull.
Yeah, it looks like Dax from Snakes, they're just about in the same poll. Looks like a lot of these teams are set up pretty darn well going into this.
I went ahead and pulled up a Graze for Days stream just to see how what the strat is for Scarlet Monastery here, because this is, I'm not gonna lie, I love all of the Scarlet Monastery dungeons. They're probably my favorite dungeons in all of Classic WoW.
Absolutely.
It's incredible. By the way, they just took down the first boss, so Death Speaker is down for Vidir Enjoyers. They did a sick jump skip to get there. Massive jump skip. They actually jump skip straight down to Agrim.
Which is fantastic. Yeah, you know, in this dungeon, because of how spawns are shared, you know, these teams just need to worry about killing 62 different Quillboars. Doesn't matter what kind of Quillboar it is. You know, they just need to kill 62 of them. So we're going to see some really interesting strategies to skip over some unnecessary trash. You know, you gotta love seeing that jump skip. You know, they were able to skip what it looks like, because of their RNG, actually a lot of ground shakers that would have a pretty nasty AoE stun. You know, out of any dungeon we're seeing today, RFK has some of the more annoying and dangerous trash mobs. You know, I even heard of a team doing some practice on some multi-life characters who said that they wiped 6 times just trying to plan around trash for today.
6 times.
And that's where you don't practice absorb it.
Yeah, oh my god. That's actually kind of wild. Vidir Enjoyer is blasting right now, going through really quickly. And they're always one of the teams that I think does a really good job of pulling, like, just chain
We have a stealth comp going in for Blood Mage Thalnos. And, Graze just got caught out by an Anguish Dead. So they were going for the stealth comp. They were gonna 2-man Blood Mage Thalnos.
Looks like they're still gonna end up going for it. Bobcat came up.
I mean, yeah, I think like what you just got to be wondering, you know, was this a misplay by Bobka trying to help and be the one distracting to give Graze, you know, the out, or do you think it was, you know, just Graze butt pulling with that long cat booty? You know, that's the big question here.
If I'm honest, I don't necessarily see the benefit of this strat. I guess they're killing the trash requirements while Graze and Bobka go solo Blood Mage. But
yeah,
I think
a lot of though. Yeah, a lot of the trash requirements in this dungeon are so much based on RNG. Any of these elite mobs
caught out again.
Yep, any of these elite mobs that they're seeing could have been spawned as just 3 non-elite unfettered spirits, those blue spirits you see. It's one of the more complicated dungeons to really plan for, because you really don't know how much trash you're actually going to get inside of the dungeon.
That's still recharging.
If they pull that patrol that they have marked skull right now, those two people just die.
I mean, honestly, if they pull boss right now, they might die. Look at how low Graze is. Oh, it looks like they actually got boss. Graze is super low.
So Graze is going to be healing and DPSing here while Bobby's getting threat.
Yeah, hopefully they're able to make use of these LOS positions to minimize some of the damage. You know, Blood Mage Thalnos is going to want to stay ranged.
This is actually pretty scary. This is a 30 player elite we're fighting here with just 2 members of
Yeah, you've definitely got 2 players, though, who are masters of their class. If anybody can do it, it's going to be them.
Yeah, we have Bobka missing every kick known to man, just like a ranked player should in arenas. You hate to see it, you guys.
So low again.
The rest of the team actually runs here? Okay, so
did they call for the audible? Did they call for the audible and say
I think they might have decided to bail him out.
Yeah,
so they're gonna go for the big play. It looks like they just decided to pull some mobs. It doesn't look too bad, but yeah, they're gonna be able to get Blood Mage down pretty easily. They're gonna be focusing on the elites first, mopping up the rest of these. They have actually got Lesmos in here. They benched their mage the entirety of Circuit 1. They decided, look, you know, Scarlet Monastery, how can you not have a mage? These dungeons are built for a mage to perform.
I wasn't.
And you can see Gracercase's heart rate finally going down, peaked at 131. Heading back down.
Lesmos must be on top of the world right now with that drop. Oh my god, that is such a good drop.
That's a happy mage right there.
Now all he needs is the Hypnotic Blade from Library, and we are chunking along.
Absolutely. The Deer Enjoyer is not getting a Corpse Maker from their kill on RFK.
The Corpse Maker, by the way?
Oh, it looks like
they do have. Deer Enjoyer does have one.
It looks like Circus is actually taking the lead in RFK.
Circus, see you next circus.
Oh yeah, they're all the way ahead. Yeah, moving. Really
I mean, it
quickly.
looks like they're 4 trash packs ahead if you include all the patrols of double champions. I mean, that is an insane lead to pull.
So right now it's very difficult to tell which teams are winning due to the split starts, right? And put an actual placement on it.
Mm-hmm.
We will see very soon, once the first and second dungeon are cleared, which teams are onto the third, which teams are onto the fourth, the earliest. That's how we're really gonna get a solidified leaderboard today.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, and I'm looking at Dax's stream even, and he's just deciding, hey, I'm just gonna pull 4 or 5 mobs at a time. I don't care, I'll tank it all. That little BT2 gnome with the whirlwind axe. I think already in the bat room, they might be in the lead.
Vidir Enjoyers is pulling out what looks like I think Unchained just did a invis pot skip just to get a bigger pull for them to AoE down.
Well, I think it's the actually the cloak.
Oh,
we have
because all of them are engineered. Yeah, they've got the
War of the
cloaking
Ancients,
device.
especially near the destruction of the
looks
Well
like
of Eternity.
Snakes
Given the
who would otherwise
upheaval
be in
and
the lead, who are
cataclysmic
just
events that were
massive
taking
AoE
place,
pulling
it is
so
no big
many mobs at
surprise.
once. They have
Thank
5
you,
bats.
adventurer.
This is
With
a
your
massive
help,
pull for
my
Vidir.
work here is finished,
They have
and
not
I will
stopped
be able to
holding
deliver a
W?
full report to the
Wait.
circle.
Oh, they're resetting. They're resetting.
They've got 59 of the needed boards already done.
Waiting for the 100 pet to die.
Oh my.
This is a massive skip today. I mean, but hey, if you're gonna lose anything, I think the Hunter Pet is an okay sacrifice. That's probably part of the plan. They've got all of their engineering cooldowns getting back up.
Oh, what a
these
massive
resets.
skip. Holy.
It looks like they had one small mess up with that single champion that they're gonna keep waiting for. Yeah, you can kind of see it on Chippa Wow's face, the little shake of the head. Not too happy to see that champion still up.
Nice little lay down, nice little chill. They're laying down for the line of sight, believe it or not, which is an incredible thing.
Yep.
But
meanwhile,
got it.
Yeah, but meanwhile, you see actually that that ended up costing them a little bit of time having that extra mob. You've got CNX Circus already going into the next boss. And you've got Dax with snakes already pulling him as well, with some trash, I might add.
This is
so
incredible.
great thought on that skip, but that mistake, having that extra champion still pulled, I'm not sure why they're still waiting on it. I would just go and say we're losing too much time. And there you have it.
That's the
They're
second
back off
time
the
we've
races.
seen skips go wrong. Actually, last time for Team No CC, they lost so much time, and it actually lost them second place in the actual final circus.
Absolutely.
A dagger drop for Parla, so he's happy now.
Oh, that's the most ideal drop I think that Parla could have gotten. I mean, it's only I think it's stand and spirit on it, but hey, dagger progression is really tough in classic WoW. So any blue dagger, you're just gonna be happy to get that top end damage a little bit up.
Yeah, so it's interesting today where the idea of the leaderboard is it's a points accrued system between every circuit, right? If you are CU Next Circus and you got first place in Circuit 1, which is what happened, they are the points leader. They technically don't really need first place today to stay in the running. Also, in the future circuits, we saw a huge fall off between the circuits leading up to now and today's circuit. If these teams literally just finish today and get their points, they have a solid chance of competing in the future circuits. By the way, we're seeing
CNX Circus with a great invis pot skip.
All the way to the last
that was fantastically played.
That was a sick skip.
They waited for the rogue to get ahead too, so that they knew that the rogue wouldn't get any aggro on anything, because it's actually sketchier as a rogue than using an invis pot.
Yes, and we're getting a 12-minute RFK out of CNX Circus right now. That is incredible.
Yeah, and front-loading that trash, choosing to invis pot at the end, actually brought them ahead of Snakes, who's still clearing these final trash packs.
That was a great call.
Well done to them.
And a shield there.
Yeah,
for them.
12:04 RFK. Definitely taking first place on RFK, at least for these teams who chose to go through it first. Again, teams like No CC, we're actually going to see them come into RFK at a slightly higher level, possibly. So I'm excited to see what those kinds of teams are able to do.
Yeah, I'm watching No CC right now. They are fighting Houndmaster Loki of Scarlet Monastery Library. Library is actually terrifying. If you do these big pulls, those monks pump and they heal each other, it is insane the amount of healing that those monks can do. So it'll be interesting seeing how teams tackle that hallway with all of the Scarlet Monks inside it.
And the leveling in library is so high, right? Like this is one of the scariest. This is the highest level dungeon that we have in the entire circuit, and it is just terrifying to see people just like have to level or be under leveled when fighting, especially the last boss. Or again, like you're saying, those monks that can just clock you if you over aggro one extra ad and run away. You can just easily die.
It's very dangerous looking at the monk damage output along with the amount of sustain that they can have. If you pull 2 monks on and you're playing a red paladin, there's a good chance you actually can't even kill them ever. They outvalue you.
Yeah.
I know because I did it once. I was trying to solo it on a red paladin, did not work. We have finally finishing up their. I say finally like they're slow. This is actually incredibly fast. They're finishing up RFK right now. It looks like they're gonna have about a 14 minutes. So they're 2 minutes behind See You Next Circus with their first.
It looks like you've got Snakes actually hearthed over to Ironforge, and they're running out right now to Nomerden as their second one. Same thing for See You Next Circus. So both of those teams are going to end with the double Scarlet Monastery.
Yes, also keep in mind if you're watching in the chat, maybe this is the first time you've seen Hardcore All-Stars events taking place, circuit time matters. The time you spend between dungeons matters. It is all calculated towards your overall points that you get.
Absolutely.
Also, I like this. We're seeing on NoCC right now, we're seeing the Compact Harvest Reaper coming out, the engineering plays. They've got basically a 6-man party at the moment. Target dummies are out.
Yep.
This is a scary pull.
Yeah, so at this level especially, you know, these monks do a lot of damage. These chaplains, you really need to be paying attention to making sure you get those kicks out. And even diviners, you know, you need to give big respect to those fireballs coming out. It's, you know, LOS when you can. It looks like we're seeing some good mastery.
Aggro there, which looks like they're kind of using 2 tanks here with the bear and the warrior. And then the rogue can also do a lot of CC, as their team name is no CC, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of Bobka actually slowly CCing mobs as they make sure they don't want to over aggro too much.
Yep. And as this is going on, we have
it's not ready yet.
We have Slow, who just completed their work out in RFK in a 15-minute flat run, so they're going to be getting out pretty quick here. It looks like they're sticking around to do a little bit of extra trash, possibly, or just running out.
No, they're running out. They have completed their trash requirements. It looks like they're running out, potentially.
I think they may be using a little bit of their circuit time to go back and loot some of these target dummies, maybe. Very interesting play. We'll have to check back in on them. But we've got, looks like Chippewa from Vidir Enjoyers. That team also choosing after their RFK to go to Nomer. So it looks like across the board, Alliance teams going RFK to Nomer so far.
Yes, we have 3 teams on the way to Nomer, you guys. We are going to see some crazy Nomer. By the way, Absolutely. Nomer is the highest potential, in my opinion, of killing these teams today. If we're going to see teams die, it's going to be in Nomer. And keep in mind, this is hardcore. When you die, you delete your character. There is no resurrect and try to pump again. Your character is dead. That whirlwind axe is gone if you die.
Yep.
A little bit of a big pull here from Team No CC. They do have more monks coming in. It looked like before they even killed the 3 that they were already dealing with, that they did get 3 more. So it is easy and cleaned up for them. Very, very clean. Very smooth here for them, and they will be moving on towards the last boss. They've done these little rooms and then move into the last hallway. And they do get a ding there from Tactics. So Tactics is now level 33, and that's the first of them to level, but everyone should be getting relatively close.
And then we've just got our next team. Looks like... Who is that? Oh, Work in Progress just finished RFK 1656, hearthing out to Ironforge as well. So yet another Alliance team finishing up pretty quick here. Definitely ahead of the majority of the competition, going into Nomer as their second. It really looks like No CC is just the very, very clear front runner here. on the teams that chose to start SM.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really impressed by Pagel Pro Shop here. Pulling the Audimal, they lost their warrior literally 2 minutes before the dungeon was supposed to start. They called in the alt. The alt was sitting outside the dungeon like a good alt should be. And they are actually doing great. They just got a bind on equipped staff in the shade, increases shadow damage done by 21. Holy.
And they've got a
warlock. And the warlock gets it.
That is
so
lucky.
Huge pickup for that team.
That is so sick.
Yeah, talk about a consolation prize. You know,
absolutely. Big pogs in the chat. I love it when teams bring in a player that they're probably changing their plans on the fly here. They're still competing. It's great to see. Also, if you just live through today's circuit, there is a chance that if you live through leveling to the next circuit, 5 more teams are probably going to die and call it quits.
Oh, certainly, yeah. You're moving. Yeah, you could be dead last. You could be in 20th place, and hey, 3 weeks from now, if you just survive, you'll suddenly be in 15th.
Absolutely. I think that if you make it to the end, you guys, you're going to be in the top 10. I don't think we're getting 10 teams in the final circuit of this event. Getting to 16 hardcore is very difficult.
We started with 44 and we're down to 28, right, already?
Yes.
So this is dangerous, and people don't realize how dangerous it is because not only are you playing a hardcore character where normal hardcore deaths just will happen, where something will kill you, but all of these people are trying scary things where they're killing mobs that are literally skull level to them, over 10 levels higher elites, just to get an item that makes them a little bit stronger to go into these debuffs.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it just last night, like, you know, on Ompi, a character who hasn't died not even once in this competition. He's got 150 hours on that mage, or over 150 hours, you know, so not only do you have to get up to that max level, there's so much grinding, so many hours to pump into these characters to make them worthy of this competition.
Yep, I'm watching No CC right now.
Yeah,
they are
a couple of nice
screens from Arcanist Dome. This is a dangerous call. They're target dummying. No CC is actually pumping pretty hard. I don't see the timer on the overall for library, it looks like.
No, so the timer reset when they went into library, so the 10:45 is accurate. Because technically all of SM shares a single reset, we have to show both of the trash requirements at the same time. But that timer will get back to 0 as soon as they want and start again the second wave.
They're looking at like a 12-minute potential library.
Yeah.
After a like 7-minute.
And library is the highest level dungeon out of any dungeon today. It might be pretty short. It might be pretty linear. You know, but you are seeing them have to kill about 55, 60 different mobs that are all higher level than they are. You're seeing 34, 35 on these. Arcanist Doan, the last boss in here, is 37, the highest boss that anyone is going to be facing today. You know, and they're taking it on in stride.
I see we have a clip coming in from Jerome in the chat. Ompi almost died to the elevator.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up right after we see the kill here.
We might see a death to the elevator today, actually.
So we've got snakes already in Nomer, by the way. Ompi's team just on their way in. It looks like Vidir Enjoyers in Nomer as well, so looks like Circus a little bit behind on entering, but we'll see if they can make up that time once they actually get in there.
Yeah, and right as Arcanist Doan goes out, we will see the Ompi almost death clip.
Oh, absolutely.
But this boss, I think this boss is one of the ones where some people, I would hope everyone in the competition today knows that you have to LOS this AoE here. If you just try to run away and stay inside of it, it will kill you. You have to get away from this and just not die. This is probably one of the ways where if someone just kind of overestimates themselves, they could easily die to an easy mechanic to dodge.
This is an interesting play. Also, we're going to check one thing at the end of this dungeon, you guys. If they don't loot that box, they're going to have a little bit of a problem next circuit. Lesimos is not in the run for the Hypnotic Blade. You hate to see it.
All right, let's see Ompi. What? Oh.
What? Ompi, what are you doing?
I'm going up. I'm going up right now.
Wait, his character's going up.
I'm going up on the elevator.
What is going on?
Oh.
I'm down. Holy shit.
Are they
Wow.
What the?
Well, that was some pretty interesting lag there. I'm not even sure what happened.
That's an interesting elevator clip right there. What was that?
He wasn't on it, and then he was on it, and then.
Oh my god.
That's.
I'm going up. I'm going up.
What is that?
Elevator bosses, man. I'm telling you, they're the hardest in the game.
I love that he has a weak aura that yells at him when he's in that location. Don't die on the elevator boss.
So Snakes here, Dax's stream is now taking the plunge down to the slimes. They just finished all of their needed burrowers and pillagers. They're dropping down onto one of the gears.
For anyone that doesn't know, there is a trash requirement here, so you can't just jump down instantly. You do have to clear pretty much the entire top level, and then you can make the jump down if you want to in Gnome again. So you can't just instantly skip all of the trash here.
Yeah, it looks like actually Chippo WoW's team, Vidir Enjoyers, a little bit ahead of them. They pulled 3 trash mobs at once with the boss, just immediately gunning for it. They're going to pull their last 2 slimes on their way out. They get the acidic walkers. That's exactly what you want to see coming out of this. Some spell power boots with a little bit of intellect on it for your mage.
Dude, I love the Vidir Enjoyers.
Oh, absolutely.
This team is so cool.
Ompi's team just dropped down.
They do need one more slime, though. They do need one more slime, so they're going to probably send someone to go grab one and deal with it while they're moving forward. Oh, they won't. They're all eating and drinking.
It's too far away.
Maybe they have a strat. I don't know. I mean, they have to get the trash requirements done. They should know that.
They all are going to jump down in the same place. It's interesting that there's a couple different places where you can jump down to, but every single team we've seen so far has jumped down the exact same cog to land.
I'm actually terrified for this team with the way that they pull dungeons and the way that they like to hold W and get these giga pulls in. It's terrifying when they're gonna get to the point where the mobs are dropping landmines and you've got alarm bots running around. It's gonna be very, very scary unless their kill time is literally instant.
That's so.
2 landmines can one-shot your character.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you've got... Okay, so Zidane's team, Slow, actually just made it to Booty Bay, and they all just used the Gnomish transporter to get down to Number. So they're going to Number as well. And they actually split up, it looks like, from the get-go. They've got Blender and Gordon going to the back door from the very start of this run. So they're going to start the dungeon split up. I am so excited to follow the stealth team, to follow the main team, see what they do. They're gonna wait until that stealth team is ready to enter the instance before they actually jump in here. You know, your dungeon start time starts when the first player enters a dungeon. So they really want to make sure that they're synchronized on this.
Also, team Where's Kyle right outside, just waiting and ready to go in. They did get some shoulders here for Zidane. Also, they have quite good loot on some of their characters, but already doing a stealth team mission. Horde do have an advantage here where they can do that RFK or that skip to Nomer from Booty Bay, which is really nice for them. It does help their pathing, whereas RFK is really far away from the Alliance groups, so that's why we saw them all start there.
Yeah, and it looks like, so despite Circus joining late to Nomer, it looks like they're actually perfectly on track. They are just getting into Electrocutioner's room at the 4-minute 20-second mark, right on pace with Snakes and Vidir Enjoyers. Those teams are about 1 to 2 minutes ahead of them, so their timers are a little higher, but they're about that distance in trash requirements ahead. So it really looks like all three of these teams are actually neck and neck here, at least for the dungeon clear time.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the circuit, you know, with this pace, if all 3 of these teams are keeping pace with each other, it looks like Ompi's team, it looks like Circus is falling just a little bit back.
And that's something they kind of expected, right? They knew that they might have a little bit of a rougher time in this particular circus because they had those depths, and Ompi or Parla is starting out with less gear than he anticipated having.
Absolutely. But yeah, it looks like Vidir Enjoyer is about to kill Electrocutioner. Actually making the pull before even Snakes. Ooh, and they get the lug nut. Probably putting that on their tank, a little 9 stam force spirit action, and they are getting ready to just drop down, use this skip, and get moving to the rest of the dungeon.
I can't cast that.
Yeah, and it looks like they decided to take the L on that slime mob, just did 4 or 5, they're going to take a 1-minute penalty, which is definitely going to hurt them. Really not sure why they didn't just, you know, fish around for one.
That is a huge penalty, yeah. And they were there, and it's clearly on their weak aura.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been such a fast kill. I'm so curious why they would go for that.
Yeah, I have a feeling they just forgot until they were already moving on and said, no, we can't turn around. You know, just take it, speed a little faster through the rest of this. And I mean, hey, they are definitely doing this a lot quicker than other teams.
Here's where we get to where they can get those bombs that Winky was talking about that can just, if they don't play carefully and if they don't deal with them and move around them, their entire team can go down.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, this hallway presents such a conundrum. So these sentries that you're seeing, the little mechanic strider guys, can instead spawn as an arcane nullifier. You know, these teams are going to have to find 2 of those nullifiers, even if they get unlucky with RNG. But the big issue that these teams are going to face is whether or not they decide to kill.
Oh, they're skipping.
Oh, this is an interesting one.
This is a great strat. I love it. They're pulling it all. No way are they going to get to the bottom of this and fight a giant pull.
Let's see.
Oh, my
looks like
goodness.
they did it all on purpose.
So I was going to say a big decision you have to make is whether to nuke down Dark Iron Dwarves or the Nullifiers, because the Nullifiers can cast and you just see it right now. Oh my goodness. So that is an AoE spell reflect, which is really, really screwing over that mage. All of the mage damage is going to be reflected. But luckily, on this team, we've got so much ability to throw down bombs and cause physical damage that it looks like it's not even mattering.
Yeah, I saw a sapper charge go out.
Sapper charges, multiple sapper charges were used, and another one.
How much HP do they have?
Got so low.
Are they just saying, yo, priest, bubble me real quick? Like, let me get that bubble so I can sapper right now? Like, a sapper charge at 32 takes 25-30% of your health.
Oh my goodness. What an incredible play that we just saw.
Wow.
Oh, it looks like Ampi's team is just behind them, but they're taking the slower approach. They're just pulling one group at a time, it looks like. You know, I think that they're really...
We have a correction. The nullifiers only reflect direct spell damage.
Yeah, not AoE.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why you can still use the sapper charges.
This is why the streams rely on chat all the time. Let me tell you, chat is Gigabrain. We need them for everything. Thank you for being here, chat.
Yeah, we love you guys. Backseat us, because we miss things.
Oh, certainly. All right, so it looks like I'm trying to keep track of Team Slow, by the way. It looks like Zidane and the non-stealth group are now, they've cleared all of the pillagers. They're now going into the slimes, trying to get Viscous Fallout. And
yeah,
Gordon and Blender already making they are about to actually pull crowd power. So it looks like these two guys have made it through 5 minutes in. They've gotten 6 of the 7 Frost and Flamewalkers required as well.
And they're killing the last one right now.
I can't cast that.
All 7 are going to be done, and they're just going to go straight into doing this boss. What an insane comp to see. I don't think that we planned for that at all.
No, I think beforehand, would teams actually go through the back door here in Nomer, and it seemed like kind of you would either need to do a split like we're seeing right here, but it was probably a time loss because there's so much trash there that you usually have to deal with if you're not a stealth team that we never have to kill, right? It's not required, but it looks like they have multiple things. They have mechanical dragonlings. They have basically every item they could possibly use to increase their damage so that they can deal with this 2-man team and get down the crowd pummeler.
Oh, certainly.
I'm a firm believer that if you listen to trance music, you actually go faster.
Yeah, there's no shot otherwise.
Yeah,
so
I really hope that these teams are all listening to one Spotify account. The entire team's listening along, so they're all in sync with the trance music.
Absolutely. Wait, okay, so we have snakes actually... I'm pretty sure they're using the Gnomish Universal remote to... Yeah, they had some mobs who were just helping fight for them, I'm pretty sure. But it looks like... Circus right ahead of Snakes going for Crowd Pummeler. Meanwhile, you've got Vidir Enjoyers about to pull Thermoplug before Crowd Pummeler, so doing it in a little reverse order here.
Yeah, Vegeta Enjoyers going all the way down to the last boss, or the general last boss, what you would think of as the last boss before heading over to kill crowd pummeler.
This pull is huge.
That's still recharging.
I've seen this pull kill a lot of teams. I want to see these sappers coming out.
Yeah. And by the way, on Bobka's stream, for no CC, we've got them mid RFK. One of our only teams in RFK right now, making big moves.
Yeah, this is their 3rd dungeon, by the way. So all they have after this is Nomer.
Yeah, they are the. Has any other team full cleared through Scarlet Monastery yet? I'm curious.
I've seen. Not that I've seen.
It looks like Graze is actually sitting out of RFK. He's watching Tactics' POV.
Yep. Yeah, so given the big trash pulls that they're trying to make, they decided to go for the mage in RFK as well. They decided we can have big tactics do all the tanking. You know, we're looking for extra damage rather than the utility we're getting out of a druid.
Like and subscribe has also cleared Scarlet Monastery already.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, they're on their way to Nomer as we speak.
Gotcha. Yeah, and it looks like we've got Pegel's Pro Shop and Bankai Boys in Scarlet Monastery right now. So we've got some other teams actively clearing it. I imagine that they did RFK first.